Right. Yes, like Zenith Industries Limited. Only two paragraphs. No questions. We will try to work on this. Yeah, writer is saying that I heard about this variable budget idea, another control method of finance. Variable budget idea in a managerial management conference I attended last week. Remarked Mr. Kapoor, president of Zenith Industries, a small company whose clever new sports products had given rise to growth since its functioning 5 years ago to this level. Annual sales. Some speaker said that the sound way to run a company is to let all the departments and section heads develop their own budgets. Variable, right? But I cannot imagine doing this in this company. If I did, these people would spend so much money that we would soon be that brand with the variable budget. No, as long as I am in charge of this company, I will tell my people what they can spend. There will be no blank checks here. And I will hold my chief accountant responsible for making sure that this company makes the profits I want. I have heard of too many companies in the fast growth we have had that have gone into liquidation because optimisms and uncontrolled spending went through the ceiling, over the ceiling, right? And this idea of variable budgets is even worse. Imagine what would happen if I let everyone vary his budgets each month, quarter, year, right? This is a small story, explain around variable budgets. The use of all companies cannot do that, but this company is doing that successfully. Therefore, I think as we discuss all other measures of the controlling, non-financial measures should work better to do financial control methods to achieve the targets. Otherwise, it will create more new problems for those companies. That's how we can deal with this case. All measures should be used in a mixed way. And especially senior management should consult or supervise them time to time. Functional heads should be, monitored time to time. Asking why this much of expenses happen. Right. But while empowering them, otherwise they cannot make decisions in their own way. Therefore, only one budget in one name cannot work, in a complex organizations like this. And you compare. It's a small case. These are other control methods, CPM, Gantt charts, PERT analysis in project evaluation or those are used as quantitative methods. This is very boring case, but anyhow we will do. Case study, purchase managers troubles. Yeah, company description background. It is him. I purchase manager am faced with a dilemma. I have not been the devil and the deep sea. I am in the deep sea and the devil is waiting on the shore. Right. That's the dilemmatic situation faced by this manager, purchase manager regarding budgets. Right. Well, the purchases in most industries are based on the production program, which in turn is based on the sales forecast. Now, firstly, the production has fallen far short of the target, and secondly, there's a big gap now. The sales forecast has failed to materialize into firm's orders. In sales also, there's a shortage. The net result is that financial position of the company has been badly shattered. So much so, even the bills for supplies already made are not being paid in accordance with the terms stipulated in the purchase orders. The suppliers have been made unsuccessful attempts with the accounts department of this organization and are playing hell with the purchase officers because they have not paid. There are overdues, no? Right. Then situations are presented from with the quotations, extractions made from different suppliers. First two are from supply A. Two letters have been drawn from the same supply, no? A. Right. First letter says we regret that our above bill has still not been paid, even though the supplies were made over a month ago, and as per the agreed terms, full payment was to be made within 2 weeks from the date of the supplies are effective. Neither this letter nor the numerous subsequent reminders are acknowledged or replied. Bad situation, no? Right. The reliability cannot be maintained. Right. Then another letter from the same supplier says, it is indeed a matter of surprise and regret that the payment against our above bill, now overdue by over 4 months, has still not been released. We have sent countless reminders which have not been acknowledged. We fail to appreciate such an attitude from a firm of your repute. We are sorry to advise that unless our payment is released immediately, we shall have no other alternative but to discontinue all further supplies and hand over the case to our legal section for realization of our dues together with interest accrued thereof. It's a more serious situation. No? Right. Then another letter from another supplier B, local firm during a personal visit to the office. Right. You tell me, go to your accounts department and they tell me to come to you. Right. Well, I am not concerned with your internal affairs. You placed the order and your bank collected the materials from our godown. That you do is your business, but you better get me my payment. Right. Another disappointment set by supply B. Right. These are the situations happening or things happening in these departments, internal departments. Accounts. Says maybe the accountant. I don't have not printing press to generate money. How can I pay until and unless the machines are sold and money realized? The worst situation face. That's the answer of the accountant. Then says, then it says finally, how could I know that the money market would suddenly become so tight? All these industries had expansion plans, but now they have either been deferred or cancelled. Anyway, I am sure it is only a temporary phase. In Sri Lanka, I think these things are happening now these days. Due to the increase electricity bills, gas, petroleum, these are happening. Above sales, cost has gone up, drastically for most companies, most organizations, even in the government sector. The production. Either we should close down this factory or the shops should be fed with the materials they need. Today, this is not there. Tomorrow, that is not there. And then I'll be criticized for not achieving the production target, maybe the production management. I am not bothered with your suppliers or their bills. I must have the materials to run the factory. The problems cannot, I consider, be attributed to any lack on my part. Yet I am the one mostly directly affected as the production manager. Not only am I the natural target of suppliers' abuses, but also I am the one who will have to confront difficulties in future procurements. Because no one wants to deal with bad paymasters. That's a situation. And there are questions with parts. First question A says, what are the factors which are within the control and outside the control of me and the companies concerned here? B, are they doing substantially something about matters they can control? Right. Second one, A, what is the role of the boss? That means CEO, owner, towards these departmental members? B, what role can each department head play? What can each one to do help the boss play a better role? Right. Then not only things in controlling, I think the concepts we discuss in other lessons like leadership, structure or culture also can be used here. Right. How to answer 1A? What are the factors which are within the control and outside the control of the men and companies concerned? The environment topic. No, in the environment topic, we noted these things. What are the elements in the internal environment and external? No? Then based on that, you can identify the factors which can be controlled and not be controlled. Cannot be controlled. Right. Can you give some identify some factors which can be controlled by these people? Price. Huh? Huh? Yeah. They can control production capacity. Sales people can control price, quality, number of units they produce again by production department. They can control cost, overhead cost internally, not overhead, variable cost can be controlled. No? Overhead costs cannot be controlled. They are fixed as a time cost. Right. What are the factors which cannot be controlled? Supply payments, competitor reactions, government regulations, increased cost of supply due to high import prices, then market fluctuations, poor demand of consumers, or those cannot be controlled. Those are beyond the control. Then using the environmental topic, you can answer this question. Fine. Better divide the paper into two factors: controllable factors cannot be controlled. Likewise, you can list down them. But you have to follow the information given in the case. Are they doing substantially something about matters they can control? No. As for the answers, it seems those controllable factors we identified have not been controlled by these people. Rather, instead, they are giving some excuses to justify their own stand. Right. It seems they have forgotten that they are holding those positions, big positions, managerial positions in an organization. But you can't say, give the short answer if yes or no. You have to briefly elaborate. I think no. Short answer should be no, then you have to explain why they are not doing the expected behavior in the position. With regard to controlling, 2A, what is the role of the boss towards these departmental members? Boss means senior manager. Do you feel that he is also doing a good job, expected job from the senior management? No. In this company, I think poor leadership, poor coordination from the top. Then poor structure. Then the senior managers are responsible for all controls. Whether things are happening at the operational level, finally they should look after and ensure the effectiveness of
efficiency and effectiveness of control. That's how we define control. They should have introduced proactive measures, feed forward under feed forward controls. Here nothing is happened. We identify different types of controls. None of these are happening here. Therefore, as a boss, we can recommend that as a boss, the senior managers are working well here to play, to guide others, especially the departmental heads from the level. Even to deal with suppliers, sometimes they should directly talk to the suppliers. If these crisis situations are happening, senior managers can directly talk to them. They should not follow always the hierarchy in crisis situations. They should personally take the charge. Right. What role can to happen such a behavior from senior people? The last question asks, what's the role of the divisional heads, the other managers, to have that? Then all information should be openly provided to the senior managers. When before things go to the senior managers, they should discuss the matters among their department meeting. Those things are not happening. Then here, foremost weakness is what? Poor communication. Poor communication in all levels. Right. Then each one is responsible to update senior managers about how things are happening, what are the unexpected situations, what are the deviations, differences. They should update them in board meetings. Those things are not happening, that upward communication and downward communication, both are not happening. No, horizontal communication also, even production manager should talk with the accounts department, in these situations, crisis situations. We don't see that also happen. Rather, they try to play their own role independently. Likewise, you can answer. At the end of the book, we have touched most of the things that management. As the summary points, controlling is an important function of management. We know that it is the process that measures current performance and guides towards some predetermined objectives. That's what we discussed. Current means actual. Predetermined means standards. Control is fully consistent with freedom. Yeah, there should be freedom, flexibility. In fact, they are interdependent. Yeah, both should work together. Without control, freedom cannot be sustained for long. Yeah. Then this is very good example. No one has freedom now. All go with the pressures and play with claims of suppliers. Right. The control system should be appropriate to the nature and needs of the activity. Yeah. Then though we study different concepts, those should be matched with the nature of the business activity task in hand. Right. A large firm codes for control different from those needed for a small firm. Definitely, even structure patterns are different. The techniques of control involve the feed forward control, concurrent control and feedback controls. That's what we identified in different three types of controls. There are several techniques. Those we considered in methods established in control system in an organization like CPM, Gantt chart, PERT, that we have identified them in quantitative and non-quantitative, financial and non-financial methods of control. Right. And with that, finish up. But one is remaining, no? Power politics. To be discussed and leading. What's your opinion? Should we do that also? Take in about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. That is for your knowledge purpose. Oh, are you following NOBI? Later? If so, then it is another repeating topic in organizational behaviors. You have that subject in the final year? Oh, are you exempted? Need not to do. Still, I don't. Yeah, actually, directly or indirectly, all are relevant. We have time. Start a bit late also, no? Then I should not finish early. I have many other things, even in many other commitments, but anyhow, those are not excuses. Then I prefer to do that very quickly. There's another one also document I have. That's a research paper. Since it is there, you can go through that. That is to identify positive and negative, both sides of politics. Right. Politics is not bad actually. Sometimes there should be a political environment. There's not the people will go for the innovation. But this is the handout to identify basic things. Our politics. Yeah. As groups and teams, this also has two parts, two concepts, but mutually related power politics. First, we will identify the things in power, then politics. There are different explanations, definitions, elements. Right. That's how. Finally, we will identify major political strategies used by managers or used in organizations. Then I included this photograph also. This is the Niccolo Machiavelli's photograph. Those days, he was the military advisor for the Roman palace, emperors, prince, Roman prince. Therefore, he is an all-round actually, not only an advisor, but a writer, novelist, military advisor, and a philosopher. Therefore, Machiavelli is considered as the father of modern political science, or father of power and politics. He has written those things. The Machiavellian ideas are criticized by some others, saying that those are very individualistic, cunning, and those. So but those should be used. No? Otherwise, they cannot. Power holders cannot get the task done. But around different things he wrote, there's a central explanations about the Machiavellian ideas. It says, it matters, not the mean. Or in result should justify the mean used to achieve the results. That is happening with the power holders, like in the global level also, that is happening. People try to justify, even Australians try to justify because of this reality. Those are not our faults. Therefore, likewise, they try to manipulate the information and get rid of the responsibilities, put it into others' hands. In organizations also, those Machiavellian ideas are happening, but Machiavelli writes his dialectic on how to understand the relationship between the rulers and the civilians. Right. Similar ideas can be used to understand the behaviors of managers and the stakeholders in organizations. Therefore, take that word sentence in matters, whatever the means are, or in justifies the means. Means are the strategies, no? Strategies or actions used to achieve the end results, to achieve the goal. Good photograph, no? Like a philosophy, like a lord. Right. Then these are different explanations given on power. Explanations, not formal definitions. There are two formal definitions given later. Power means how the actor, you means actor. You have to play the actor role. The others are the audience. Right. How the actor gets others to carry out the actor's wishes. That is one way, how power can be displayed. Then next one says power is the potential to influence another's behaviors and actions successfully. But it can guarantee to achieve the success, there can be a chance. There is a potential. That's how Max Weber also defined power, with that potential chance. Then it is the capacity. Power is the capacity to have a desired effect on others. Others means others' behaviors and actions. Finally, it means the social influence. Power is the social influence. Power is used in the social relations. In organizations also, similar social relations are there. Among employees, among managers, between managers and employees, between organization and stakeholders, customers, suppliers. Actor-audience relationship should be used. Actor-audience. The same is used to identify political behavior, politics also. These are two formal definitions about power. 2, 3. Then, as I mentioned, Chester Bernard mainly considered about the informal power. Importance of having informal authority, informal power. Max Weber considered the formal aspect of that, but with the chance, probability. Power is the probability or chance that one actor in a social relationship in a position to carry out own wishes, even there are resistances from others. Those can be minimized in the power. Prefer in early 90s defined similar words. No? It is the potential or probability, potential ability to influence others' behaviors, to do changes, to overcome resistances, and to get the tasks from people. Otherwise, they don't do. There should be a power. Otherwise, people don't do the things as expected by the leader or the actor. Right. Then Chester Bernard much considered about the informal aspect of power. Later, we will identify the sources of power. Later means now we are going to identify that. These are called 5 types of power, 5 bases of power, or 5 sources of power. What are these 5? First one, reward power, resources power, resource power. Second one, coercive power, or punishments. This one, position power, legitimate power. This is knowledge power, information power, expert power. This is the personal power, the referent power. Therefore, we can have a chart to indicate this. Organizational power, online members cannot see.
Yes, sir, we can't see.
Okay, now it's moving. Right now, the whiteboard a small chart to devise it. The topic is organizational power. Mainly, it is divided as formal power, formal power and informal power. Right. Some call this as position power. This is personal power. Right. Firstly, mentioned there can be taken to the left side under formal. Then I have not writing now. You can write down them with numbers. These first three should be respectively written here. They have been briefly explained now in the slide. The last two, fourth and fifth, should go to the informal side. As expert referral. Expertise should be personally identified, no? Person to person, expertise differs or knowledge differs. Then with this we can the same can be used to deal with the issue ethical use of power. Ethics in power. If you are right, no? Some call this knowledge power also, right? Expert power, knowledge power. Some writers undertake your incorporate informational power also here. Sometimes some others show informational power separately. That is also personally identified, no? Information, retrievability, grabbability, person to person is equal. Right. Reward power means the power holder can use the resources in hand, resources given to the position, and using them over others, including promotions, the reward, money, materials, limited resources. Then definitely not. Your bosses may be using them over you to control you, influence you. Resources, including promotions, those things. Then coercive power means power holders try to use fear. Based on the position, they try to use the fear and influence. And they can use punishments also, legally given to them. It is also formal. Then legitimate power means based on the position, the actor has the legitimate right to make the decisions and to assign authority and influence others. But it happens in the immediate two levels. It is done through delegation. But we discuss in organizing lesson. Right. The last two are personally gain, no? Personally gain. Expert power. Then personal power is the referral power. That comes from the outsiders. The follower should decide the referral power of the power holder. The others should decide with the attribution. Right. Therefore, to discuss about the ethical use of power, we have to take first four collectively to one set. Then the impact of that on the last one should be considered. Right. That means how the first four types of power, right, have been used or are used by the power holder can determine the power holder's referent power. As an example, if a power holder has been using reward power positively, that may enhance his referent power. Not well, that decreases the referent power. If power holder has been using coercive power unnecessarily, punishment unnecessarily, that will decrease his personal power. Likewise, there is a mutual relationship between the ways the power holders use first four types of power on others to determine the power holder's referent power. Therefore, that explanation can be used to guide power holders on ethical use of power. Getting power is not that difficult, no? But what is most difficult? How to maintain it. Maintain or safeguard the referent power. It is true in politicians also. No? They come to power, but if they are not doing anything, finally, their power, they will lose power. They can't come back again to those power installed below MP position. People will decide. Therefore, referent power comes from the follower side, based on the performance of the power holder. In the organizations also same, sometimes subordinates will not agree with some leaders, no managers. They hate some managers. Sometimes they openly and indirectly blame. Okay, that's how this part should be understood. Then next one is politics. I have given two definitions on politics. This says organizations of companies are always engaged in internal political struggles, power struggles, fighting, infighting, disagreements, and so on. That's the normal life. We should not worry about that. As managers or non-managers, we should deal with them, live with them. In society, is also same. Always people are experiencing those things. No, that's the normal life. In the entire world, that's the normal life. Right. Then that definition is very matching to the today's concept. Context. Right. All these are based on the Machiavellian's ideas. Right. But he wrote about the palace and the civility. This definition says organization or politics consists or includes intentional or very planned actions undertaken by individuals and groups. Not only individuals, even groups can engage in power and politics. Good example is a trade union or the organization or a division or gang groups in a country, gangs. Right. Or organization like Hamas, school, they are organizations trying to use power, fear-making power. They are trying to use coercive power over others. Not other sources of power, they are trying to use the fear-making power. Even Prabhakaran did that, no? Then others will not tolerate it. Those are only for the short-term purposes, short-term needs. In the long run, they can't survive. Gang groups cannot survive. I am taking these as examples only, not in a biased way. Support one or not to support another. These are only examples are taken in the classrooms. Then these are the variables or areas where high politics power and politics can be seen in organizations or in countries. One is, that's what we discussed in the reward power. When power holders try to, or organization try to share limited resources, such circumstances can be more power and political actions among participants. When managers try to make decisions, especially the strategic complex decisions, then such situations bring more power and politics than normal routine decisions. Then when manager try to set and achieve strategic goals, then those situations bring more power and politics than they try to achieve short-term goals, routine goals. When organizations or countries involve technology and they try to do adaptation to the external changes, then people behavior definitely be power and political oriented. Right. In undertaking all changes, plan, non-plan, right, changes, the situations bring a lot of power and political behaviors of participants. Right. Therefore, these are the major areas where we see organizational politics, power, etc. Then this is the last one. No? In 2 slides coming. Just there. 10 alternative political strategies used by actors. Right. Some might be heard by you before, some may be new to you. Right. First one might be heard having alliances, networks is one major strategy used by actors to influence others. With example, people not try to, employees try to organize in trade unions. So, managers try to organize in coalitions. Even today we discussed earlier in teams, groups, we discussed coalitions. The coalitions are there to use that power, political strength. Right. Next one is Machiavellian tool used by actors, either embracing or demolition. Now, Sri Lankan cricket team is not performing well now. The board may decide to give one more chance to them to play in another game. If so, they are using the embracing strategy. Now, they may decide, and nothing was done. Now it is enough. We will fully rectify the members team. Then if so, they are using the second strategy, demolition. Like as in organizations also, depending on the results, power holders may take these actions. Even shareholders can have that capacity. No? In AGMs, they are selecting these two, either to reappoint the board of directors to the next term or based on their poor performance to have a new board in the next term. Therefore, we have to see the acting role depending on the situation. Right. Therefore, we can't say always managers are the actors. We can't say so. Sometimes customers, no, in a particular marketplace, perfect competitive marketplace, customers have more bargaining power than the business. No? In such a situation, customers have the acting role. Organizations are the dependents on customers. If it is a monopolistic marketplace, it happens in the other way. Business is the sole supplier of those products or services to the market. It has more bargaining power. In such a situation, it is the active. Others are the dependent. Right. Then this is well known, no? The entire world, our powerful people, countries do this. Managers also do this. Our Ceylon rulers did this. Dividing and ruling. Right. Therefore, actors try to control people behavior in piecemeal, no? Not allowing them to unite unnecessarily. Right. Therefore, the actual aim of teamwork is not to form teams, no? But to use this one, dividing and ruling. But it should happen, no? Otherwise, we can't see the expertise, use the expertise. No? That's right. Use the expertise skills depending on the person's qualifications and experiences. There should be divisions. No? That's why departments are there. It's not bad that it should happen. Even management theories propose that. Next one is also widely used, no? Manipulating information. Even Lord Buddha did, no? But intention is the positive. You have to change, manipulate the information to achieve positive results for the betterment of others. If not, it is not ethical. Information manipulation is not ethical if it is done on achieving personal goals. If it is done for the betterment of the audience, then it is accepted. Sometimes parents communicated manipulated information for us. We have done this, right, to handle the situation. Those are accepted because aim is a good faith, positive. Intention is good. Right, making question. Lot of politicians are doing, no? Even management by wandering around has that thing. Senior managers try to visit workers not to do any favor, but to show that they are willing to do a favor on employees. That is to wash the brains of others. No? Brainwashing is done, no? Mostly done by people. Even media does brainwashing. That is to get the right attention of right people. Like as there are some 5 others. This is a short name. IOUs means on the other party's mind, such a situation is created, such a behavior is created by the actor. That happens, the actor first try to do a favor to the other party. Then after that, the other party is forced to do another favor back to him or her. Not immediately, but timely. That's the meaning of those 3 letters or 4 letters, IOUs. In the other party's mind, this is created, no? I or you. The audience is forced to owe the actor. Right. Even multinational firms are using this, no? Entering into a host country, but they try to do a small CSR project with the collaboration of the government. After doing that, they can get the attention of the people in the country, then they can easily enter into the market. These are not bad things, no? Even Cadbury, those things are doing, no? Cadbury, Nestle, they are doing multinational Unilever, they are doing the Lanka, they are doing this. That's why I think mostly CSR, acronym issues, CSR is done to get another return. If a genuine CSR is done, a return should not be expected by the donor, but they are doing with another intention. That's why it's first is done. Even to promote the products, get the attention in cricket matches and a lot of sponsors, no, are there on the ground, around the ground, no, brand names, logos, banners are there. It's not mere CSR, it's to promote their brands. This is based on an old Arabic proverb. Camel's head in the tent, or camel's head in the nest. You know the odd nature of the camel's head now? Once it is inserted into the net, it is very difficult to pull back. Right. With that meaning, power holders try to create such a responsible behavior of the others. This is happening mainly in introducing changes by managers or power holders. Therefore, the whole change process is not introduced at once. Instead, the different stages can be introduced one by one. As the first stage, a nice proposal can be prepared. It can be communicated. Then, when the proposal contains read by the participants, it's very nice. No? There are a lot of benefits to them also. Then, definitely at the very first stage, they will give the consent. Once the initiators got the consent for the proposal, then definitely they will introduce it. Therefore, the audience cannot reject that because they have given the consent for the first stage. That's the idea behind. Cameras head in the tent. That means doing changes, so introducing the officials step by step in piecemeal. ඔළුව ගත්තට පස්සේ අදින්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ audience එකේ කැමැත්ත දුන්නට පස්සේ ආයෙ ඉවත් කරගන්න බෑ. ඒ වගේ. Those are Machiavellian characters, Machiavellian ideas. All these are not new things, no? These have already happened in centuries ago. Even during the Buddha's period, Christus period, in our rulers period, ancient rulers periods. In future also this will happen. Sometimes the actors will use modern technologies, modern new technologies. Virtually, they will do things virtually. This is also not understandable, no? In teams, we said that senior managers should consult others, no? To make team-based decisions, but practically they show, they have the willingness to get their opinions, but finally they make the final decision. For sake of getting the others' ideas, they try to show that they are consulting others. That is called take counsel with cautions. What's the main reason for that? They have the loss of power. Loss of power, especially family business owners do this, no? Do these tactics. They try to make have the ownership among family members. They have the fear to shift that to other managers, no? Out of the family. One way it is good, one way it is bad. Those companies can improve, do creative jobs, innovative jobs. But they can manage it. They can perform in the industry as a family business organization. But those giant companies started from that. But later in a period, they identified to change these passions of leadership. No? Even Walmart is a family business. Toyota is a family business. A lot of other companies are family business. But they have identified the importance of the innovations. And last one follows the resource dependency view, resource-based view. And that's what I mentioned related to the bargaining power. Yeah, it's a matter of having seeing the bargaining power in the hands of the particular party. If it is sometimes it can be in the actor's hand, and other times it can be in the audience hand. It depends on the situation. Looking at that, we have to evaluate the power influencing capacities of the actor. Therefore, all these are happening lively, naturally in businesses, in societies. We should not avoid this. We have to engage in this. That's how power politics defined as. That's the normal life. We have to be part and parcel of this. The entire world is political. In future, it would be more and more. When we are facing a lot of problems, new problems, the society becomes more power and political. That's the nature. Right, that's how we should study this handout. Then I ask you to refer that journal article. You know English now, you can read and understand. The main purpose of that article is there are two groups of researchers belong to power and politics. Some try to argue for these, some try to argue against this. But that article, in a balanced way, try to identify both positive sides and negative sides. Right. Then the key words to decide that is one word is perception. That is discussing individual behavioral subject, hobby. But I am doing management for this. So perception. It depends on the positive or negative aspects of power politics should be looked at how those are perceived. Perceived means understood by the participants. Right. Then clear-cut idea, common conclusion cannot be given. Right. In one country, something would be accepted as positive. Another country, negative. In one organization, positive. In another organization, negative. Therefore, we have to always look at the particular situation, context. That's how we should decide the positive or negative side of power. Right. Then the other one is the intention of the act. If the intention is not to gain personal goals, but to achieve the corporate goal, stakeholder goals, expectations, then then we have to agree with the Machiavellian idea. N should be accepted, whatever the mean use. Right. That's how the positive or negative aspects of power politics should be evaluated. With the perception as well as with the effect of those actions. Our cause and effect should be used. Cause and effect. Right. Then I ask you to refer that article. The authors have given a lot of examples for positive consequences and negative consequences of power. To highlight them, these words are used. Fairness, equity, justice, deprivation. It is a negative deprivation, sacrifications. But as consequences, if these actions can foster fairness, equity, justice, then those are positive effects. If not, in the opposite way, those are negative effects. Discrimination, deprivations, anti-social behaviors. If those are the consequences, then those power and political actions should not be accepted. Always we have to consider cause and effects to study management, no? Cause and effect. It's a philosophical thing. And likewise, we will finish. Then if the office asks us to come with me, then we will do accordingly. Then we will have oral presentations also in that way, yeah, accordingly. Otherwise, we will end up with quiz and the team report. We allocate marks from 40. Then try to practice the recent paper, right? Past paper, but especially is a case. It is combined, it brings 40 marks. It has at least 2 parts. Then others are structured questions. If the first one is given for 40, then you have to select 3 other questions. Right. 4 questions bring 20 marks. Right. 1 or 2 days. The recent papers I have uploaded them can be practiced. But I didn't conclude that. I didn't finish. Proactively, I explained. I explained actively. Right. Looking at the communications coming from the office, we will proceed. Okay, thanks. Then we will stop today in this way. Okay, online members also can wind up.